Hi, welcome back to another video. I have my Tab S6 out, so it's time for another draw with me. It's definitely been a while since I've done a draw with me. Well, on camera at least. Well, I should say posted to this YouTube channel because I have recorded a few times. I recorded two spooky season draw with me's, but it wasn't working out. I will have a third one on the way though. And hopefully that one will make it to the YouTube channel. Um, but for right now, I have more of a fall time city life draw with me. I actually want to start off by talking about how I chose the color palette for this. So Infinity Painter has this really cool feature where you could search up an image that you want and take the colors from there. I don't really know if other apps like Procreate or um, just other drawing apps have this feature, but it's really cool and it's definitely one of the reasons why I like using Infinity Painter. I've tried a few that had their own things going for them. But yes, Infinity Painter is for sure my favorite drawing app, especially for if you're on Android. Again, I haven't used Procreate, and I know that's like the one. But if you're on an Android tablet, Infinity Painter personally is the way to go. Um, yeah, so like I said, I got the color palette from an image, but I did add in a couple more browns just because the palette was limited in that way, which I kind of find funny because I believe I searched something like a forest or fall colors, so I thought it would give me more browns, but it didn't. Well, the particular image didn't give me more browns, but yeah. So yeah, I'm currently drawing the foreground, which is these two hills, and then you'll see the girl is sitting on the right hill, and the bunny is sitting on the left hill. Um, okay, I don't really have a lot to say currently about the drawing. I think it's a little self-explanatory. It's a part of this, I guess, new test that I'm doing in terms of finding a new style. I talked about it briefly in my last draw with me. I don't know. I'm kind of going through a funky phase in my artistry. um, for those who know me, I kind of, for a few years, I had two different art accounts. One was a photography account, and the other one was 3D, was for like my 3D, a few drawings here and there, that kind of thing. But I think this last year and a half, I kind of just at first, I wanted to bring the two together and only have one account because it was getting hard managing both of them, and I just felt like I needed to be more cohesive instead of all over the place having multiple accounts. And it's like, what is this girl doing? But now I've kind of taken a step back. Social media kind of sucks now. Not to be an old person or a stickler, but God, I can't believe I just said stickler. But you get me. I feel like people have a lot to say about social media, and it's like, ugh, God, just enjoy it or get off of it. But yeah, social media can be hard navigating from an artistic sense. Like I couldn't tell you much about personal stuff. I do, of course. Well, I use my photography account as sort of my personal account. I did have a personal account, but then I deleted it because I realized I was never using it. But yeah, from an artistic sense of social media can be a little hard to navigate. But that's not what this video is on. Again, I'm really just talking about my process currently as an artist and how that's going. I think I'm really just in a phase of trying new things out. So like the other day, I kind of did a constructed photography um, constructed photo shoot in which I used this like doll that I had, and I made like a floating ghost, and it was kind of cool because I did all of that without having to use Photoshop. And I still went in, of course, and messed around with the colors and the effects and stuff after the fact. But I thought it was really cool that I could get that that look out like without no Photoshop. So I was really proud of that. And then I used the same doll to make like a pumpkin head person growing, kind of like my if you've seen the illustration that I did of the pumpkin and drinking wine, I so that was kind of cool as well. Although I would say that photo was a little less successful. I think because I rushed that one off of the adrenaline of doing the ghosts photograph. But yeah, I'm saying all this to say that I've just been testing things out, even with my renders. They're definitely getting a lot more simpler and cutesy, but I'm also pulling some of my old OCs out, like Zuzi and Oni, my absolute all-time favorite OCs. And I'm currently reworking them in my new kind of style, my 3D style. Uh, because I want to still use them. I still really love Oni and ZZ. So I want to use them going forward and have renders of them, and obviously have them show up in the illustrations and have them be part of the little heart family. I guess I haven't really talked a lot about that on my YouTube channel, even though I have two sculptures in this very video. So the two sculptures are of my OC Sleepy Baby Q, and they belong to a bigger heart family, which has Dea Love and Heart Demon, or Art for short. Yeah, so they're like all in a big family together. Um, There's other people in the family, I just haven't introduced them yet. But I want Zuzi and Oni to join my little lineup of characters that I'm making. And then outside of that, I've also just been considering, um, with these drawings specifically. Sorry, let's get back on topic and talk about this drawing, or at least these drawings. One thing that I kind of started doing was creating these city landscapes, but I would have like a focal point, which is often a girl, um, just kind of living her life or looking out upon the city. And I really liked that setup because, especially what I do with the backgrounds, I started adding like little reoccurring characters in the background. If you've seen some of them, you'll maybe you'll if you look at the background, you'll start to notice like there's always a cat that's running across the roof. There's a man that's always smoking, a girl who's crying over a letter, that kind of thing. And I really like that. I like the fact that they're just these smaller characters in the background, and we don't really know them, what their name is, what's going on, but they're just always there. And I think it really talks to how you could have the things going on in your own life and be I don't want to say like ignorant to the world or oblivious, but is that sense of um that sense of just having so much going on that you kind of forget that the rest of the world is there. And as viewers, we see the main character and whatever she's going through, but then if you start paying attention to the background, you see the same people showing up, and you wonder like, what are they going through? I don't know. I like that idea. It's a little, it's very deep. Sorry, I was one of those idiots who got an art degree, so the work has to be deep. Yeah, my school was very focused on the conceptual, and we always had to have meaning our work. So it's the only way my brain can justify me being an artist and creating. I have to have some type of meaning to my work. Which honestly, I should probably make a video talk about my experience in art school. It wasn't even like a true art school. It was just a program that my uh, science-based school had. I don't really know why a science-based school had an art program, but we did. um, yeah, so yeah, that really affected the way that I see art and the way I create. Um, but I don't hate it. It just has made it very confusing because now it's like every time I want to just make something fun, it's like no, it has to have meaning. I feel like my brain is always fighting itself. Let's see. Hi, I'm back. I had to cut the voiceover abruptly. I kind of forgot that when I'm editing, the video plays a lot slower. So for me, while I was looking at the video, I was still on the sketching process. But uh, but when you watch this video, when you watch this video, you'll see that I'm coloring. So I had to cut off a bit of the voiceover. Um, but yes, back to what I was saying about how our school has affected my ability to create art. No, I actually quite enjoyed my time in art school. I loved it, but it does kind of put a pressure on me because it's like I have an art degree. I should be, doing something more conceptual or whatever. I don't know. It's the art snob in me coming out. Art school will do it to you. I swear. Um, but yes, I've enjoying the exploration process that I'm in now, and I would say I mean this channel is still small, but in case I somehow randomly blow up, don't sorry, my voice, I don't know what's going on, but don't get too attached to anything, not the art style, not the characters, because who knows, maybe when I finally figure everything out, I'll like never drop another city style illustration again, or you know, Sleepy Baby Q will never show up again. No, I'm lying. I love that character, so I'll probably continue, or at least I'll still have the figurines, the sculptures that I made on my desk. Those will forever show up. I'm just now realizing that you could see my water bottle on the left side of my desk in this. It's there. It's been there the entire time. I cannot believe I didn't realize that. Not while I was shooting, not while I was editing the video. It's in the voiceover. That's when I learned. Oh God, embarrassed. um, but yeah, I don't know. I think actually more on the art style thing. I think we've kind of gone into a place where it's like we feel attached. We feel like this is what we're known for. We just have to continue going with it. But me, I've decided to implode, self-destruct. um, I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to do whatever until it feels right. And I think it has definitely sort of taken pressure off. It's weird because it's one of those things where I feel like everybody around me wants to be very like in my bag artistically, and like uh doing more than I am. But I'm not. I'm just not there yet. I'm not at that point where it's like, oh, I should, be promoting more. I should be applying for shows and stuff like that. Um, I also think, um, again, going back to me complaining about social media, but I think that social media like kind of warps our perception on how things work. A part of me feels as if though I shouldn't be trying to make money off my art until I've gotten a bigger following. But again, I went to art school. Oh my God. I feel like I'm gonna be one of those people who always talk about the time I went to art school, but yeah, I went to art school, and when you're around professional artists and you start to see kind of the inner workings of the art world, you realize how incredibly stupid um, the idea of waiting until you've made it big on social media is to kind of pursue the arts. Um, yeah, I feel like social media really warps our perception on a lot of things. Um, but in that sense, for sure, like that, oh, I can't make money. No one cares about me and what I have got going on. Um, but that's not how it works in the art industry. Um, you know, uh, so let me go back to the drawing for a second. The coloring process. Yeah, I mean it's I just feel like the drawing is self-explanatory. I keep trying to explain the drawing and it's like what am I explaining? You know, it's a pretty straightforward drawing. It's a pretty straightforward drawing process. I guess I could say that I'm drawing the different items for the girl on separate layers, or the shirt has their own layer. What? The shirt has its own layer, the skin has its own layer, the pants have its own layer. Um, you know, hair has actually, I know, I think the hair is on the same layer as the skin because I like the way they blend together. Um, Brush wise, I use the marker brush. I think it's the dry one that comes with Infinity Painter. I actually quite like Infinity Painter's brush selection, so I just kind of use that. I have downloaded a few other brushes, but mainly for the drawing, the painting process, yeah, that's all done with default Infinity Painter brushes. I don't even know if people care to hear that, but yes, it's all done in the Infinity Painter. It's all default Infinity Painter brushes. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I've just been rambling, but I guess this is the end of the video. I'm assuming again, the video clip is going slower than this voiceover, so I won't actually know until after I edit it. But hopefully I've timed it right. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'm so sorry that I spent this entire time rambling and like complaining. Ugh, I hate when people do that. No, I'm joking. I think I think complaining is good. You should be able to get things off your chest. Once again, I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay, bye.